ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? Another RWP exclusive. Another RWP exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. The Adam Matos interview is in the can. I'm finna edit that bad boy up tonight. What up, Mr. Rourke? How you doing? Mr. Rourke is first. What's going on with you, Mr. Rourke? You all right? You first up in the building. I got a little smart. I got a teaser for you guys tonight. I got a little teaser from you coming from Mr. Adam Matos. What's up, Cartisa Rollins? How you doing? You all right? Yeah, I got another clip for you guys, yo, from the Adam Matos interview, yo. This is fresh, hot off the press one right here. We just got off the phone. We just got off the phone. You well? Hey, I'm well. You well? We all well. But guess what? Mr. Matos, he goes into more detail. Listen, this is an interview, y'all, right here that's going to be real deep. And when I say it's going to be deep, it's going to be deep because Mr. Matos, he don't hold anything back. He goes in and he just tell you how he feel, what he was doing. He's just telling you just a lot of stuff, how he was holding the dead body of his of the mother of his child, how he was holding her and talking about, just talking to her, telling her stuff, after he, blew her out, blow. You know what I'm saying? That was let me just say this, right? No disrespect to the dead. Those 4 victims did not deserve to die whatsoever. So am I excited about that? No, I'm not excited that those 4 victims lost their lives because it was a senseless murder. And I honestly think that Mr. Matos, he needed some help. He needed some serious psychological help, psychiatric help. So I'm going to give you guys just a clip of what we were just talking about here in this interview, ladies and gentlemen. Sun Dancer, what's up? How you doing? You all right? Great. So listen, this is the rule now. When I drop this interview come Monday, I'm going to drop it between Monday and Tuesday, maybe Sunday. All depends on how I feel. The members are going to get the whole entire interview first. Non-members, you're going to get clips every day. You're going to get a clip. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And I'm going to make the clips about 10, 15 minutes long, so you guys can enjoy it, because the last time you guys were like, "Real, you're making these clips too short, and you're making us wait and we're anxious." So, but with that being said, let me go on and give you guys a little bit of what this gentleman, how he was saying it. Let's do it. I mean, let me go off into it. Here we go. Okay. Now, Mr. Matos, it's only one of the victims I'm concerned about. As you were removing the bodies out of the vehicle or into the vehicle, and you got to Megan's body.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? This is a woman that you love, you had a child with, and was hoping to marry.
It tore me to pieces. It took every bit of energy to go through with moving all of them, but especially her. It took all my energy and it tore me apart. I was so heartbroken from the situation and what I did. I just felt terrible. My heart was broken, and all I did was cry. Like every moment of each day, I just poured my heart out in tears, and I couldn't stop thinking about her. Even after the situation, I felt like she was going to come back home and just walk in the door, and I would just know that it was all a nightmare. And I just kept hoping that it was a nightmare. Each day that I woke up, I was praying that it was a nightmare. All that was just, and it wasn't. It was a horrible, sad reality. And when I first had to move her in the house, I just broke down and started crying, and I sat there next to her, just holding her and just crying and crying and crying and crying and just asking God why did this happen? And I love her very much. I'll always love her, no matter what happened. Even though they try to murder me, I still love her. And I've learned to forgive. Hate is a terrible thing to have in your heart, and it'll tear you apart. It'll destroy you if you allow it to. And I learned to forgive them. I learned to forgive her, for the betrayal, for trying to murder me, everything that she did to me. I learned to forgive her because it was the only way my heart could be free.
Now, when you say that you sat next to her body and you held her deceased body, was this the night of you killing her, or was this during the decomposing stages of her body?
No, it was the first night that this all happened, and after everything was done, I couldn't believe that all that happened in one day. It was just like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? I didn't plan for any of this to go, happen. All this was just a unfortunate event. And it was a nightmare. And when it was when it was over, it was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on?
Wow. Yes, little miss, shut the F up. Shut the F up. Moving bodies was hard work. It was hard work. It was hard work. He had 4 dead bodies he had to move. And one of those dead bodies was a big body he had to move. I'm saying a big body. So it was, a lot of work. Um, it, man, wow. Yeah, that was a horrible. It was very unfortunate. It was horrible, and I don't know what to say either. Melissa, the wandering goat. To be honest with you, the only person who's going to suffer the most was that little 4-year-old boy, which was his son. His son was 4 years old. His son now is 12 years old. His son was at the time the same age as my granddaughter. When my granddaughter's 4 years old. And my granddaughter can make a FaceTime phone call. My granddaughter now has just learned how to unlock an iPad with passcode with a passcode because she did mine. She's playing video games. My granddaughter is very intelligent. So just at 4 years old, this young man was very intelligent, and you killed his mother. You killed his grandmother. You killed his grandfather. So I don't. That's a situation that is gonna haunt that little boy for the rest of his life, and then just wow. I mean, I really don't know what to say on that. It wasn't good, and then how the police capture him, and he got his got the boy with him, his son with him. Come on, that little boy in 1 week went through more hell than probably any one of us have went through in our entire lives. In 1 week, in one night, he loses his mother, he loses his grandmother, and he loses his grandfather, all by his father. And he loses his father for the rest of his life. So he lost both parents, both grandparents. And he's living with the grandmother's sister. So not only did the little boy suffer, but you got other family members that suffered. Then you got the victim, which is the Nicholas, the young guy, the gentleman named Nicholas. His family has suffered because you done killed their son. He killed their son. So it's, this interview was kind of hard, but I wouldn't expect anyone else to get ready to bring you the content that I'm going to bring you. Because a lot of these creators, they wear their feelings and their emotions on their sleeves and their heart on their sleeve, that they wouldn't be able to get through one interview with just one of these inmates before they lose their minds and start trying to bash the inmate or whatever for their audience. I keep it 100% professional. You see, each time I was calling him Mr. Matos by his name. You got to make them feel comfortable with you. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you real content. It's just hands down. I'm bringing you something back to the table. I'm bringing real content back to the table. It's plain and simple. None of that other nonsense. I'm not bringing you that. I'm bringing you this right here. I'm gonna force feed it to you guys. Here, eat it, take it, listen to it, inhale it, digest it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Mr. Rourke. Very much deep content. Yes, this is my thing. Let me tell you, Melissa, this is the backstory that people we usually don't get. You don't hear from the inmate. You hear from the police, you hear from the prosecuting attorney, and you hear from the media, and you hear from the victim's family, or you hear from the victim. I'm giving you the perpetrator or the perpetrators and letting them tell you their side, what happened, why it happened. I'm going to say it once again, right? And let's be real, right? Okay. How many of you guys, let's just be real. How many of you guys, when you go to a funeral, right? Everybody is there saying nice words about this person that's laying in that casket, who's laying on his back, eyes closed, lips glued shut, and facing towards the ceiling of the church, right? Everybody is saying good things about this person. Oh, this person, he or she was so wonderful. They would give you the clothes off their back. They would give you this. They would give you their last dollar. They would help feed people, right? This is what their family and friends are telling you, but there's a whole nother side of that person that you don't hear about. And that's from the people who this person has crapped on, who the person has done wrong. They don't invite those people up to speak at the funeral, because I'm quite sure if those people were invited up to speak up, then it would be a whole just a brawl at a funeral from somebody telling you the truth of how they felt. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you just gotta look at it like this. No one deserves to get killed. First of all, let's just say that no one deserves to get killed. Only the man upstairs can deliver that, right? They should be able to, strike you down, take you out of here. Only the man upstairs. Am I or you, should one of us kill someone? No, we shouldn't kill anyone, right? But why did this person die? What did this person die for? What was the reason he was killed? You ask that inmate, why did you kill him? Then the inmate's going to tell you his side of the truth. Well, this M Alpha did something to me and my family, so this is why I killed him, right? This is why I did this, is why I did that. This is why he's dead today. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get that side from the media, the prosecuting attorney, and the police. You don't get that from them. But you're going to get that from me. Oh, you're going to get that from me, because I'm going to give that to you. I'm going to give that side of the truth to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to give you their side of the truth. Is it good? Maybe not. Let's just be real, right? And I'm going to be the first to say it, right? And I dare you to call me a lie. I dare one person to call me a lie right now. People are fascinated and are entertained off of other people's misery. Yes, they are. People are nosy. They want to hear what happened in a tragic situation. If the police pulled up on your block right now, sirens blaring, lights flashing right now, and they rope off a home with yellow tape to say police crime scene, right? Tell me right now you're not going to go out your house and stand in front of that and stand across the street where you can stand and get you a good spot to see what done happened. Tell me I'm a lie. You can't tell me I'm a lie because you know I'm right. You know I'm right. All of y'all know I'm right. Come on now. So listen, what's finna happen over here? This is a movement that's finna happen, right? This is a movement, and y'all already see the movement happening. Y'all see every day them subscriber numbers are going up, going up, going up. If I lose 1 or 2 subscribers, guess what? I gain 1 or 2 new subscribers right back. So it is at a point we're growing. It can't be done. The seeds are planted now. Okay, with the very first interview, the seeds are planted. They are planted. This is plain and simple. They are planted, and now the growth. Nothing comes overnight without hard work and sacrifice. Nothing. Please believe it. Let me ask you this. Let me just say this. Everything is in divine order. Am I right or am I wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Everything is in divine order. Can we all agree on that? Everything is in divine order. What does a man profit to gain the world and lose his soul? I'm going to ask you that one more time. What does a man profit to gain the world and lose his soul? Nothing. He gains nothing. He loses it all. So with me, you're going to see, I'm going to stay humble and I'm going to stay cool with this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they start off doing right in YouTube. I've seen some of the people, they start off doing right, but they trade their passion for glory. I've never traded my passion for glory. Never. People can be bought. I'm not the one that's going to get bought. You can't buy me at all. What's up, Jonice L? How you doing? You know I'm always straight up. You know that. You know it, Janice. Listen, I'm going to always give you guys great content. Great content. I got inmates, no lie. I got so many inmates that I reached out to at one time, right? And they're all on me now because their parents, their people done saw what we're doing, right? Their family and friends saw what we're doing. They watched the videos. I tell everybody that I interview, right? Tell your family to go watch Real World Podcast. Go and watch my interviews with my inmates. Watch them all, or watch at least one of them. And then you call me back and let me know if I'm going to do your interview. And they always call back and say, yo, my family said you are the real deal, and they see what you're doing. I want you to do my interview. It's cut and dry. See, the main thing is it's like the dope game when I used to be in the dope game, right? When you tell a dope fiend you got the best product on the market, you know what they're gonna say? Well, I need to test that out. Can I test it? And you got to give them testers. Then when they do them testers, then they're going to come back and they're going to bring more people with them. So this right here is like good product. My product is a good product, and I stamp it with a good stamp to let you know this product, I stand by this product that I put out. So when the family go out and test my stuff and listen to my interviews and watch my videos, right? They all come back and say, yo, that guy, he's on the up and up. He's unbiased, and he's not gonna attack you. You gotta be when you do this type of stuff, you gotta be unbiased. You can't say, well, I'm siding with the cops. I'm going to side with the victim's family. I'm going to side with the prosecuting attorney. I'm just going to side with this person, but I'm not going to side with you because you're in jail and you're guilty. How many people are in jail? Not very few, but it's a few that are in prison and did not commit crimes, right? You know why a lot of people are still in prison that are innocent and spent 15 years or better in prison? They trying to keep them there because they know the state got to pay them for having them wrongfully convicted. And the state ain't trying to pay that money. They ain't trying to pay that money. If the state don't make mistakes on locking innocent people up at times, not all the time, we're just going to say at least 5 to 10% of the population in prison should not be there. And DNA comes along and prove them innocent, right? Why is the state fighting so hard not to let these people go and fighting so hard not to pay them after they've been proven innocent, not guilty? I mean, you had them locked up for 15, 20 years. It was easy for this is my thing, right? And let's be real, and this is not to take a crap on our judicial system or the police, right? But let's just say this, right? Since the police, there's a blue line of code and a blue line of conduct, right? That blue line of conduct should enforce it on their own. And this is what I would do if I was to run for any seat to become anywhere in any politics, right? Or become a politician. I would have my people draft a bill, right, that say we need to take 5% of every police officer's check in the United States of America and put it in a funding account and let it sit and grow interest, right? And for every time that the police is sued, right, that account over there with their money, that money should pay for the lawsuits, right? And watch how quick police officers start putting their own in check and say, you're not finna do that, not with me. You're not finna do that on my watch. You're not finna do that, not in my presence. And things will change. How many, and we should also, the prosecuting attorney, we just can't blame everything on the cops, right? But we could blame some of it on the cops, right? Every prosecuting attorney in the United States of America should be forced to give up 15% of their check. And I'm going to tell you why they should be forced to give up 15% of their check, right? Because that will make, so it can go also into that fund with the police, right? So now the prosecutors who wrongfully convicted you and hid information just to get that win, to go up under their belt, their money should go in there and pay as well. And I guarantee you we will have more thorough investigations, and we would have more thorough prosecutors going out to do their jobs and not just depending on police guesswork. Don't shoot me. I'm just telling it like it is. That should happen, and I guarantee you that the judicial system in America will be one of the best judicial systems out there, because now the police and the prosecutors are paying for their own screw-ups. Why you and I, the taxpayer, why do we have to pay for the police and the prosecution's misconduct when people go to prison, and then we have to pay for that? The taxpayer got to pay for that while the police is sitting up enjoying their pension, enjoying their 401k, but you, me, our kids and our grandchildren are paying for the screw ups of all these police officers, what they done. Come on now. Come on now. If I'm going to be the one to spark the brain to make somebody think and say, well, hey, that was a great idea what that gentleman just said. Now we need to get that put into play. And then if a bill like that ever come up and your local politician, he or she votes against it to save you from paying for it, then the next election, y'all should make them feel that and vote them up out of there. It's plain and simple. And guess what? You're right, little miss, shut the F up. Guess what? If the police want to go out, they say, hey, I'm stressed. I need me a break. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to rough some kid up or somebody up. I'm going to rough them up. And guess what? I'm going to get me a paid leave vacation. I'm going to be off from work for a month or two, and I'm getting paid for it. Cut that paid leave off and watch how quick all that nonsense stop. Come on now. I'm just telling you some truthful stuff. I'm telling you, like, listen, when the drug dealer gets busted, right? When the feds come in, and the feds and the prosecuting attorneys and everybody, what do they come in to do? When the dope dealer goes to jail, they come in, they forfeit all his money, they forfeit all his jewelry, anything of value, homes, cars, whatever. They forfeit all that, right? And guess what they do? They take it and put it back into the police department. That's cool.
Unknown caller.
That's cool. That's cool. As an ex-dope dealer, that's a part of the game. That's cool. You do that, right? What does the police give back, and what does the prosecuting attorneys give back when they get busted at messing up? This is all I'm asking. You feel me? Yes, it can take you a long way, Miss Janice. Kindness and passion for caring for others, for other people, can take you a long way. It can. Now, like I said, I don't want nobody to say, hey, bro, just bashing the police. No, I'm not bashing the police. I'm not. I am one of the biggest people that are against defunding the police department. I am. I'm against that. I'm totally against it. You know why I'm totally against it? Because guess what? All police stations, they need that money. They need that money to fight crime. If you defund the police, who's going to do their job? Who's going to do their job? I honestly believe that yes, they need those. They need the. What's going on let's be real. What's going on in the streets today? It's a shame, crying shame. So yes, police do need military-style weapons. They do. When there is time to go out in a tactical moment, if someone is being tactical with them, yes, they should be tactical back. But if someone is giving you a peaceful protest, then no. You should not kill somebody, shoot somebody, or disperse gas canisters or whatever, pepper spray into a crowd. You shouldn't do that for a peaceful protest or a peaceful march. You shouldn't do that. This is my opinion. But we're not going to talk politics because let me let you guys know where I stand. I'm not a Republican, and no, I'm not a Democrat. I am independent. I'm an independent person, and I feel that everybody should be independent and no one should depend on anyone for anything. So you need to be independent, people, and we need more independence in the government. We need more independence in these state senate seats. We need more independence in the rap. What's that? The state reps. We need that, and we also probably need an independent president to do what's best. Let's be real, right? I'm gonna probably get a lot of backlash for it. Joe Biden is one of the most uncoolest presidents that we've ever had. Ronald Reagan, and I hate to say it, Ronald Reagan and George Bush both George Bushes were cooler than Joe Biden. This is my opinion. Bill Clinton was even more cooler than George Biden. Richard Nixon was even much cooler than Joe Biden. I'm just being with Joe Biden is not a cool president. He's just look at him. He's uncool. There's nothing about him that says cool. Nothing. Nothing. This is my opinion. Lily, you're right. No, you should not. Listen, Miss Lily, there are some great police officers out here that walk the neighborhoods and walk the beat, talk to the people, want to know what's going on in the community, and genuinely care about what goes on in the community. There's a lot of them. There was a video that went viral here in Detroit. A gentleman was at court. This is about maybe 2-3 months ago. He was at court and did not know how to put on a tie. A tie. For God's sakes, a tie. He didn't know how to put a tie on. And they showed the police officer in Detroit tying the man's tie for him and showing him how to tie the tie. And he was on his way to court. Come on now. No, you can't say all police officers are bad. No, you can't. And guess what? The gentleman was a black gentleman and the officer was a white officer. This is went viral. Go look it up. Go look it up on your internet where it says Detroit police officer at court helps a gentleman put his tie on before he goes to court. And show you the video of his officer helping him tie his tie. It's there. Well, you know what, Lily? Let's just be real, right? I'm not a Donald Trump supporter either. But Donald Trump was not the best, and he darn sure wasn't the worst, but he mainly was not the best. And my thing with Donald Trump, he was too much in bed with our enemies. And he was giving them stuff and we wasn't getting anything in return. So with that being said, yeah, a lot of people did want him out of there, and they wanted change. And here's the sad part about it. If Donald Trump run again, those same people gonna turn out in record numbers again and put Joe Biden uncool butt back in the White House. Let's be real. Let's be real with it. It's going to happen. I cannot say Kamala Harris, whatever her name is, vice president, what has she done? I haven't seen her do anything that vice presidents normally do. Maybe if I'm wrong, let me know. I could be wrong. Let me know. I haven't saw it. Have she done anything that make people want to go out that other vice presidents do? Because I haven't witnessed any of this. So if she's doing it, I'll apologize and say, hey, okay, maybe I just didn't see that. But honestly, I don't see anything that she's doing that vice presidents do. This is my opinion. Actually, Kamala Joe can't do a second term. No, they can't, Mr. Rourke. They can't. But guess what? If Trump runs for office again, they're gonna get that second term. They're gonna get it because everybody's gonna turn out in numbers. Now, this is what Trump and his people should have been doing to gain him back the White House, right? Because if he run again anytime down the line, he can only run one term and have 4 years. That's it, nothing more. He should have came on and said he made mistakes that he regret. He should have came on and said, well, I shouldn't have said some of the things that he said. He should have said things of that nature, right? And he would have gave that to the people, and could have been lying, and just gave it to them and put it out there to let them hear it, then guess what? He would have got back in office. But he still have the nonchalant attitude of, oh, the election was stolen, I lost. Let's just be real, right? 100%. The election was not rigged. The election was not stolen. Joe Biden won the election fair and square. I mean, even Trump's own people over in Arizona, they bad as they wanted to say that there was a lot of fraud going on, they had to come clean and be honest and say, hey, there was no fraud. Joe Biden won Arizona fair and square. They had to come out and do it. If it was some fraud, they would have broke their necks letting us know it was fraud, right? But there was no fraud. What we had was an individual who was a spoiled rich brat who was privileged all his life and don't know how to take defeat because he lost. He would never admit to losing. That's just something. You can put Trump on a basketball court with Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan blow Trump out 50-0. Trump is going to tell you that he beat Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan cheated. You can put Trump in the ring with old George Foreman, and George Foreman knock him out. Trump gonna swear up and down. He won that fight. George Foreman cheated. Let's be real with it, right? Let me see here. Governor Whitmer hate for Trump was. You know what? I'm just gonna be real, Pixie, and let's be real, because I'm a straight shooter, straight down the middle, right? If I can tell you Biden is uncool and old ass makes us look bad, I can just be just as honest about Trump and Whitmer as well, right? And I'm like I say, I'm not a Republican, not a Democrat, independent. And all of you guys should drop that Republican and drop that Democrat shit and become become independents on your own. That's just my opinion about it. But let me just tell you why her hate for him was so hard. His hate for her was even higher. You gotta look at it. In a lot of cases, he threw the first punch. Then when people struck back, then that was a problem for him because he's used to being the boss. And if he spit in your face, you got to sit there and take it. But when he entered the game of politics, that was not a game for him. He was not expecting to win this election. It's crystal clear what he was doing. He was running to say, hey, I made it to the primary, I lost, and he was going to go to NBC, wherever his reality TV show was at, and he was going to be able to write his own check, and everybody would have brought his show back, The Apprentice or whatever it is he wanted to do. That's all that was. That's all it was. But he messed up and he won. Let me tell you again. Let me say it again. Just in case y'all not here. Let me click the microphone. He messed up and he won. He did not want to win. But when he won, he took full advantage of it. I would have took advantage. Let's be real. Let's be real. You put me in the White House, I'm going to rob it blind. I'm going to take full advantage just like he did. And if any one of you Any one of you was to get in that White House and had the access to all the money that was coming in, you would have took it too. Let's be real. Let's just be real. Let's be 100%. You would took that money like Trump took that money. Am I mad at him for taking that money? Heck no, I'm not mad at him for taking the money. Am I mad at him for scamming? No, I'm not mad at him for scamming. Look, don't hate no man, don't hate no woman on how they get their paper. Don't do it. Embrace it and say, hey, they had something that worked for them. They had something that worked for them. And you good. Am I a Trump supporter? No, I'm not. If you hate me for it, I can give a crap less. Am I a Joe Biden supporter? No, I'm not. If you hate me for that, I can give two craps about that, less about that. Kamala Harris, I am not a supporter of her. Go back and check her track record, and you'll see why I'm not a supporter of her. She put a lot of drug dealers in prison with those high numbers, basketball numbers, just like her. The Clintons. No one likes the Clintons. Let's just be real. The only thing about Bill Clinton that I liked, he was cool because he was getting blowjobs in the White House. That's the only thing that he was cool for. He was getting blowjobs in the White House. Let's be real. Now, and it came out. We're not going to say Bill was the only person getting blowjobs in the White House. Come on now. We know a couple other presidents were probably getting blowjobs in the White House as well. Let's just be real. It's plain and simple. But this is what goes on as a president. We could go on about this for hours. I respect your opinion, but we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. I love Trump, and not for the BS reasons. I've done my homework. Well, Pixie, look, let me just say this, right? Yeah, Sloppy Joe got to go. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. He got to go. Sloppy Joe got to go. Let's just be real, right? And I'm gonna just say this. Trump is a racist. Trump's daddy was a racist. You gotta look at it. I'm from New York, and I got people still in New York. We knew Trump was a racist back in the 80s. We knew Trump was a racist back in the 90s because he did not allow, he took government funding for his real estate and only allowed whites only. He did not allow minorities in there as far as blacks, Mexicans, whoever, it's Hispanics, whatever. He didn't allow them in his properties. And when he got busted and called out on it, instead of him saying, well, we're going to take the people in or whatever and give a couple of them places to stay. That's all he had to give 90% of them places. He just had to have a couple of them in there. He refused to do that and lost the government funding. And I believe I don't know if he had to pay it back or not, but I think he lost it. And that was because his father, you know what I'm saying? No, Mr. Rourke, Trump was not going to bring back slavery. Let's just be real now. Yeah, he treated women like y'all was just a piece of meat. But let me say this as well, ladies and gentlemen. Can we hate the man for not respecting women? That's his prerogative, not to respect certain women. Me, I respect the women. I love women. Would I have, if I was the president, would I have said some of the things that he said? If you got on my nerves, yes, I probably would have. That's the only thing I liked about him. He had no filter. And I'm not gonna lie, he had no filter. And he was just, it would roll off his tongue and he would say it. And I would love just to hear him just talk because he had no filter and he just whatever came up came out. And I respect that because that's that New York shit. I respect that. But I personally, would I vote for him? No. The only thing that I was happy about, he was ending NAFTA. He was ending NAFTA, and I was proud about that, right? Now, NAFTA. Let me give you guys a history lesson on NAFTA, right? Because a lot of you guys, I'm not going to say a lot of you guys, but a lot of people don't read, so a lot of people don't know the true history behind NAFTA. Everybody will tell you that the Democrats is the one that brought NAFTA here, when that is a lie. Let me tell the Democrats, which was Bill Clinton, did sign NAFTA into play. Yes, he did. But the president, you got to look at it. We had a Republican Senate and a Republican House during that time. Go do your homework, and I dare you to call me a lie. We had a Republican Senate and a Republican House. That Republican Senate and that Republican House, they voted to allow NAFTA in, right? George W. Bush, not George W., but George Bush Sr., he was going to sign, he thought he was going to win the election against Bill Clinton, right? And he was going to sign NAFTA into play in December after the election. That's what he was going to do. But by him losing, he didn't get a chance to sign NAFTA into play. But everything that the Republicans put into NAFTA and voted into NAFTA, Bill Clinton wanted to go in and change some of the things in NAFTA. And he couldn't do it because we still had a Republican House and a Republican Senate. And he had to sign that bill into play. Go look it up, go do your research, and then you email me and tell me I'm a lie if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm a lie. The Republicans, for so many years, blamed that on the Democrats. And like I said, I'm not a Democrat, but right is right, wrong is wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. George Bush Sr. in the Republican House and the Republican Senate, under him, those are the guys that put that NAFTA plan together, drafted it up, voted on it, and won. And it won. Come on now. I'm going to have to disagree. I'm going to tell everybody like this. If, like I said, I really hate talking about politics because some people will fall out. I've seen family and friends fall out over politics. I've seen it happen. And religion. You don't talk about religion and politics with people. You just don't do it. But if Trump wins 2024, I will salute him. He's the president. He will become the president for only 4 years. Only one term. He will only get one term. 4 years only. And I'm saying that is because he wouldn't be able to run again because he had one term already. A sitting president in the United States of America can only have two terms. And if he win one term and lose one term, he can run again, and he can only get that served that one term, and he's out of there, finito, done. That's just it. Like, let me like anybody. Let me just ask anybody, right? What I like about Trump, he was the biggest. He ran the biggest illusion on a lot of people. I don't care if you white. I don't care if you black. I don't care what color you are. If you don't have the type of money that him and his friends got, he don't like you. He don't care about you. He want people around him that got the same amount of riches that he got, so he can rub elbows with you and y'all can do some type of shady business together or some type of business. That's what he want. He want those people. Now, let's hope we don't have to suffer another 4 years of him, fake orange Cheeto who doesn't care about becoming American. Let's drop politics, people. Let's drop politics. Listen, Pixie, I love you, and you're entitled to your opinion of Trump 2024. That's your opinion. That's cool. And we're gonna respect that over here. This is what I love about over here, right? You guys, we are free thinkers. You can look at all of us. Ain't no one is arguing. We got Trump supporters here, and we got non-Trump supporters here, and not one of you guys have hurled one insult at one another. Not one. You guys are respecting each other. And that's what I want to keep it over here is a respectful platform. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me say this, right? You're right, Soldier. And Pixie, let me explain something to you, Pixie. Here, do not ever voice your opinion of what you believe in and how you believe in it. Don't do that here. Here you do that. Because here everyone is free thinkers here. We all are free thinkers. I'm not the YouTube creator that's going to try to control how you think or control what you feel or control what you say. I'm not the YouTube creator that's going to tell you I better not catch you over in somebody else's live chat or I'm going to block you from over here. I'm not that YouTube creator. I'm not going to do that. I want all of you guys, YouTube is a big platform. When you with somebody else, you with them. When you here, you with me. That's all that matters. And we're gonna keep this as a friendly atmosphere over here, family atmosphere. Let me tell you the Trump supporters that I dislike. I dislike the Trump supporters who just scream that they're Trump supporters to get respect from other people and to get views from other people. Those are the Trump supporters that I dislike. And when you ask them, well, why do you like Trump? What has Trump done? They can't tell you anything. Those are the Trump supporters that I dislike. Period. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, over here, let's be we all are one over here. You know what I'm saying? Over here, there's no Republican, there's no Democrat, there's no independent. We just all RWP over here. That's all we are over here. And somebody asked me. I'm getting off of this for a second. I'm gonna go into. Somebody asked me today, right? How do you feel about R. Kelly? Somebody asked me that, right? I said I don't feel any way about R. Kelly. I don't have a dog in the fight with R. Kelly. And they was like, well, why not? Why you don't have a dog in the fight? Because R. Kelly didn't molest my daughter. R. Kelly didn't molest my sister. Or R. Kelly didn't molest someone in my family or someone I was close to. So I don't have a dog in that fight. Do I think that he's a piece of crap for what he did? Yes, I think that. But I don't have any opinion on that. But then I asked them all the same question. What about the parents? Why aren't the parents in jail as well, the ones who gave their daughters to R. Kelly? Why they aren't in prison, the aunties who gave their nieces to R. Kelly? Why aren't the uncles in prison who gave their nieces to R. Kelly? Why aren't they being charged? Because why haven't they been charged for aiding and abetting R. Kelly to have relations with their nieces or their daughters or their cousins or their family members of the friends? Why aren't these guys being locked up in prison as well? Why? Now that's something that we need to really get to asking. Why is it that we only focused on R. Kelly? Why are we not focused on everybody else who was involved with that, who helped aided and abetted him for helping them? I'm quite sure some of his staff. Why aren't some of his staff in prison with him? Because they knew that R. Kelly had these young girls in his hotel room or on his tour bus. Why aren't they in prison? Why aren't the drivers who drove to the airport or drove to the places to pick up these young ladies and brought them to R. Kelly, why aren't they in prison with R. Kelly? They all should have the same amount of time. All of them should be right there with R. Kelly. Now, somebody said that I saw somewhere that they say R. Kelly is going to cooperate with the prosecuting attorney and tell on other celebrities who were messing with young minors. I don't believe that. You know why I don't believe that? Because R. Kelly don't look like he's cut like that. R. Kelly, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, right? Because they're throwing everything at R. Kelly. They're throwing everything on the wall to make it stick, right? But when they go to appeal this situation, guess what? R. Kelly is going to get a lot of those charges on appeal are going to be tossed out. Mark my words on that. When in about 2-3 years later from now, when we're sitting around and I'm bringing you good content still, say, hey, real, I remember October the 1st, 2021, when you had that live stream and you said that on appeal that a lot of them charges on R. Kelly was going to get reversed and thrown out. It's going to happen. Mark my words on it. Now, what should happen is some of those fathers, some of those uncles, some of those brothers, when he get out of prison, should be waiting on him. They should be waiting on him with baseball bats and metal pipes. This is my opinion. That's what they should be doing. They should make sure that when he walk out of prison, he can't mess with young girls no more. It's my opinion. But am I going to stop listening to R. Kelly's music? No, I'm not going to quit listening to his music. R. Kelly made great music. Then I have to ask you, I have to ask a lot of people this. Are you going to quit listening to Elvis Presley? Because Elvis Presley was the mother, Melissa, his daughter, the one Michael Jackson married. Her mama was about what, 14, 15 years old when she was messing with Elvis Presley, and as Elvis Presley was in his 20s. Are you guys going to quit listening to Elvis Presley music? Are you going to quit calling him the king? What about Jerry Lee Lewis? Didn't he marry his 13 or 14-year-old cousin and was molesting her? But guess what? No one stopped listening to Jerry Lee Lewis music, and this was proven that him and Elvis Presley did this. So why should I quit listening to R. Kelly's music? I can't. It's just plain and sense. We gotta call a ball and a strike. Right or wrong. Mr. Rourke, you are so right. What it was R. Kelly had a lot of yes men around him. And that's why he was doing what he did and got away with what he got away with for so long, because those yes men helped him to do what he did. Yeah, Mr. Rourke, that was a very disgusting. I saw that videotape and it was very disgusting. He should have been in jail. Let's be real. He should have been in jail a long time ago. But they got him now. That's all that matters. They got him now. And he's where he need to be. He need to be, while he's there, he need to be getting some type of psychological help. He need to see a psychiatrist to find out why he did the things that he did to those young women. So yeah, he needs some help, serious help. But ladies and gentlemen, you see how we go off into good subjects and get to talking and we all just have fun and get along with one another while we having these conversations and no one is upset at each other? That's love. Pixie, I love you. You're a beautiful person, Pixie. Very. Just put it like this, people. If you got yes men and yes women around you that agree with everything you do, and even when you know it's wrong and they know it's wrong, get rid of them. Get rid of. I want that one person around me. Before I have 10 yes men around me kissing my butt and telling me, yeah, that's right. I want that one person around me that can say, nah, that was wrong. You shouldn't have done that. Or no, don't do that. Stay away from that. I want that person, hey, come here for a minute, man. Come here. I'm like, what's up? Yo, man, you about to mess up your career with what you're doing. Chill out. Don't do that. Look at Lamar Odom, right? Look at him. And he was on Vlad TV. I saw his interview, right? And it's there. It's still there. Go check it out. It's on Vlad TV. It's he probably do a flashback. Lamar Odom was talking about how he was smoking crack. And his people was going out and getting the crack for him. And he had to get a prosthetic penis and get some clean urine and put it in there to make it work to pee in a cup so he can play in the Olympics, right? On the Olympic team. Knowing that if he took a drug test, he was going to fail because he was smoking crack. Then he said he had 15 people around him. So you mean to tell me out of those 15 people, not one person could have went to him and said, hey, Lamar, you need to quit smoking, dog. Not only is you the money, you the bag, but you taking care of all of us. So, man, chill out, dog. Put that down. Let's go work out. Let's go do something. Don't do that. Because if you mess up, then we all going back to the hood, and we all going to be broke. And he was actually mad at his friends for going out getting the crack for him. He said this on Vlad TV. I believe he said on Vlad TV. He was mad at them. But why would you be mad at them when all you surrounding yourself with is yes men? But, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great evening. I'm about to finish editing this interview that I got with Mr. Matos. Because this is a great interview. It's very, I'm going to say it, informal. He goes into deep details about what he did, how he did it. It's deep. It's so deep. Yes, it is, soldier. That is sad. The outcome of success. It is. You surround yourself with yes men. You know who surround themselves with yes men? The ones that were in the hood and were look at Lamar Odom. Let's be honest. The only reason he was accepted in the hood because he was a basketball player from the hood, and they knew he was gonna make it out. So they latched onto him. That's the only reason why. A lot of people, they tell you, they never had that type of power a day in their life. Like I was looking at R. Kelly's brother, back on him, and I hate to be on him, and I'm not finna make my show about R. Kelly. But R. Kelly's brother said that in an interview, he walked in the room and R. Kelly was just crying one day. Tears was just coming out of his eyes. And he said, yo, Rob, what's wrong with you, man? And he said he was looking at the 12-play poster of his album cover, And he told his brother, that MFer right there, I don't have control over him. That R. Kelly guy, I can't control him. He controlled me. So he was speaking in third party, telling his brother that R. Kelly controlled Robert Kelly and was crying, saying that that guy on that poster was a MFer and nobody could control him. Right then and there, his brother should have knocked him out and handcuffed him and took him to the nearest psychiatric ward and had him evaluated and had him looked at. But guess what? He was the money, so his brother didn't do it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up, and also make sure that you let your people know to subscribe to this channel. It's on the popping. Yes, soldier. Wow, that is deep. This is what he did. It was in an interview. Look up the interview with Robert Kelly's brother, R. Kelly's brother, explaining how R. Kelly was in a room. He walked in and he was crying, literally crying, saying that R. Kelly controlled Robert Kelly. He had no control, and that R. Kelly was a MFer and could not be controlled and was a monster. He was talking in third party about himself, about the 12-play poster that was hanging on the wall. Everybody know the 12-play was R. Kelly's second album. The first album was R. Kelly in Public Announcement. And the second album, which was his solo album by itself, was R. Kelly 12-play. And he was telling his brother that that guy was an MFer, he was a monster, and he couldn't be controlled. Talking about himself in third party. But women wanted this man. Women flocked to his concert. Women, and they knew what he was doing. I was watching another interview, right? On Vlad TV, again. R. Kelly's former bandmates, Public Announcement, the guys who left R. Kelly and went on because they didn't want to be around him any longer. One of the guys, he was R. Kelly's height and size back then. And they said they were getting ready, they was performing somewhere, right? And the security came in and told him, here, put this on. Take off what you got on and put this on. And they wanted you to wear a hood and wear the shades and look down. Don't look up at nobody. Look down, right? He said, okay. He didn't think nothing of it. He looking like, hey, we celebrities, right? And he said that he was looking for the other guys and he got into the vehicle that R. Kelly usually gets in, right? And they escort him to a dressing room, and he's in the dressing room by himself. And then everybody else comes in moments later. And he said one of the security guards, one of the security, R. Kelly security staff members, came to him and said, hey, the next time somebody from my staff come to you and tell you to put something on, you refuse it and you tell them, no, you're not going to do it. You're going to wear your own clothes. Do you know why did they make him do that? Because R. Kelly had just gotten death threats because the Aaliyah situation had came out, about the situation with Aaliyah. And he was getting death threats and they thought somebody was going to take a shot at him. So he put one of his own band members in the line of fire to take a bullet for him. That's a low down, dirty individual. My email address is realworldpodcast@gmail.com. Look it up, soldier. It's on Vlad TV. Public Announcement, the group Public Announcement. That's it right there. That's the email address. Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here because I got to start editing up this interview because this is it. It's done. It's over. It's finito. It's in the can. I got to get it edited up so I can give it to you guys. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out of here.